That was electric. That was electric.
Speedy baby.
Yeah. Come on. Lifestyle of the rich.
Studying, and I actually went to Tibet. I don't know if anybody's familiar with Tibet or where Tibet is, and I actually did like a whole month in Tibet in the middle of pretty much nowhere, and I did a fucking 21-day fast, full 21-day fast, just heavy, deep, heavy meditation in Tibet, 21-day fast, and I found some stuff deep within my heart, within my mind, within my soul that I can't even explain to this reality. I can't even explain to this realm. I can't even explain to anyone who is not willing or have not took that journey with really like removing yourself from the virtual reality that we live in, including foods, whatever you want to call it, like our foods, diet, water, whatever it is that we consume in this reality, that most definitely help with our demise slowly based on systematic construct that cycles or filters bioenergy. But yeah, I took a trip, and I tapped in with myself on a level that I really can't explain to people. And at this point in my battle rap career and just in life, I don't battle as often because I'm literally cheating. I have an unlimited glitch code that will allow me to surpass any obstacle course in my way until people are able to tap in with themselves. So if you notice, for the past 3 to 4 years, I just been telling every battle rapper that even mention me or come in the space of thinking about battling me, hey, bro, it is a warning. You have to go find yourself because I've gotten to a point to where I don't have the right material.
I know what you're talking about, God. I know
I, I,
exactly what you're talking about.
I don't have to write raps. I don't have to think of raps. I don't have to put stuff on paper. I can literally think of entire 42 bar verses within the blink of my eye. Now, some people in the regular world will be like, man, that's impossible. But it's because a lot of people are not tapped in with self. A lot of people don't meditate. A lot of people don't do anything that revolves keeping a clear mind. Everybody is under substances. Everybody is under max consumptions of all type of things that have multiple levels of like mental block. And like when you get to a point in your life to where you can really clear your mind and understand how your brain work and how memories work and how photographic memory work and how linguistics work inside of photographic memory and understanding how to change certain words to certain thoughts or just all type of like unraveling your brain to create a new operating system inside your brain so that you can push forward in the aspect of like linguistical syntax or break through linguistical syntax or break through all the governors of what do you call it, like grammar governors and all that stuff. Like all this stuff was possible with the deepest level of meditation that you could possibly go to. And I keep telling a lot of these battle rappers, y'all in the space to where y'all consistently thinking about the culture from the aspect of trying to win these battles when you're technically losing the battle with yourself. And I'm trying to explain to everybody, you're gonna always lose if you don't find yourself. And I keep telling every battle rapper that. And that is why every time someone asks to battle me or someone wants to battle me, I literally tell them, bet your entire check, bet everything. And no one wants to bet everything. And the reason why I say that is because what I've found out how to do, it's a cheat. It's a cheat. Like, in the aspect of like I've already been like mentally advanced in the general public, but to add on what I've learned and what I'm doing right now, it's a cheat. You know, you have rappers that be like, yo, that nigga punch every bar, or that nigga punch every line, or that nigga punching back to back, or whatever. Like, I found out how to do things in letters. Just one letter. Like, there are words in letters. Like the letter C. Like the letter C is one letter, but it also means look. Like there are literally words inside of single letters. And then inside of those single letters, there are more letters to create the word inside of one letter. Like my brain is gone. And I can honestly say I don't battle as often because I'm cheating. I'm legitimately cheating. If anybody want to speak, feel free to do so.
For sure. Peace, God. I'm just tapping in. Peace.
Yes, sir.
Nah, I'm
During
waiting,
the
man. That's
during
cold.
during this fast that you said you had in Tibet, did you have like a diet change?
Not like when I went out there. So I'll give you a kind of short story. Like, I went with a few friends. All right, well, I'll tell you the whole story. Long story short. So, I was on the train going somewhere, and you know, you see the like the monk guys with the orange, right? You know, like with the orange shit, the bald head, and I'm like, yo, like
Mm-hmm.
as a nigga from the hood, like we don't really speak like hood niggas don't never really ask questions ever. So I've been in the process of breaking all my habits of growing up and how niggas from my area maneuver. So I just broke habits. So I actually approached them people and was like, "Hey man, like what is it like to be a monk? What is it like?" And you know, I had like a 2 hour train ride, and I sat there and talked to them dudes for 2 hours, and they was telling me about like you know the chakras and heavy meditation and just deep meditation, diet, and all that stuff. And I actually was like, when I first had the conversation, I'm like, man, this shit sound weird to me. Like, what the fuck they talking about? Energy dots in your body that go up and down. I was still in my hood mind back then. But when I got older, as in, you know, who I am now, I ventured back to those ideas. And then one thing led me to another, one thing led me to another. And before you know it, I was on a plane going to figure some things out. It was a thing called the Stairway to Heaven in Tibet, or the Heaven's Gates. It's either Heaven's Gates or the Stairway to Heaven. I think it's called Heaven's Gates in Tibet. And it was something that I really wanted to see. You can Google it. It's called Heaven's Gates, or I think even either Heaven's Gates or Stairway to Heaven, but it's in Tibet. I Googled it. I figured out what it took to get there, and I went. And you know, I walked all the way up the stairs. I went all the way through the shit. It's like a ultimate hike. I walked all the way up. You know, went through the stairs, went through everything, and I stayed there for a minute. And you know, as I got deep into myself, I'm like, yo, like I'm not really hungry. So I went like a couple of days without eating. Um, you know, not like nothing. I was so focused on like, you know, like slowing down, breathing, grasping for air. And before you know it, I kept feeling energetic, like I didn't lose energy. And I realized like a lot of the food that we consume in today's time, we think is giving us energy when in all actuality, it's draining us. So you'd be like, yo, I'm hungry. I'm about to go grab a burger to fulfill my appetite. Little do you know, you destroying yourself while you subconsciously think you're fulfilling your appetite. So I realized like without a lot of things, like I just wasn't eating, and but I was still moving. I was still in my aspect of just getting through this whole trip. Before you know it, I'm 10 days in without eating nothing, no drinking, no water, nothing. I didn't eat nothing. So then I started feeling weak. Like 10 days in, I'm like, yo, I'm starting to feel real weak. I'm getting nauseous. I'm getting headaches. I'm getting all type of shit was happening. I'm getting low key insomniac. Like all type of shit is happening. Like, so I remember one of the dudes from when I met him on the train. He said, when you get to that point, you got to slow down. You got to conserve energy. So your body is normally working off its reserves, like its fuel reserves at that point. And the more you move, the more like energy it burns. So you got to slow down. And then he was talking about like the rainbow light body. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but it's something called the rainbow light body, or also in the terms of like the Merkaba or stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, yo, like, you know, when you get to that level of where you start to feel that, then you just gotta sit. You gotta sit in one spot and then rejuvenate or regenerate, or just go into that aspect of like letting your mind be the guide. And when I sat there and, you know, I found me a nice location, you know, top of the hill somewhere, and I just really sat there. I sat down, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm a real nigga, man. I ain't getting no fucking no, you know, Indian folded leg stance, like, you know, with my fingers on my knees, like, nah, nigga. I just laid down like a regular nigga on the couch. I just laid down, bro, and kind of just looked off to the edge of the fucking mountains, and I laid there for like, nigga, like 2 weeks just chilling. Like, you know, I would get up, I would stretch every blue moon, but for the most part, I was there. Then I realized I don't hear nothing. I don't see people. I don't hear nothing. I don't hear no ambient violence. I don't see no TVs. I don't see, like, my brain is not being infiltrated by nothing other than me hearing my own voice. And it was at that moment another voice spoke to me. Another voice in my head. It wasn't, you know how you got like right now, like if you close your mouth and say the, you could still hear the. You don't got to move your mouth. You can still hear it in your mind. It was at that moment that voice spoke to me, and it wasn't like I couldn't control it. And I'm like, yo, there's somebody in there.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, bro, like I closed my eyes and that motherfucker was like, let me walk you through this world. And I promise you, it felt like the Doctor Strange setup when old girl pushed bro in the head and he went through all the dimensions. It felt like that. It legitimately felt like that. Like I can honestly say I traveled the entire multiverse inside of my own mind. Like I walked up my own DNA strands, ancestral, all the way back to the beginning of fucking existence in my ancestral line, from then to now to the future. Everything made sense to me. So when I finally got back to the States, I was able to see
When
through
was
the.
this?
This was I would say right.
2019.
Yeah, like right after COVID. Like I would say right. I
So
say like the,
about
yeah, about 2000, 2019. Yeah, like I
hey
think.
was your
I was.
dreams vivid? Yo?
Wait, hold on. All right, what you say, bro?
I was saying, was your dreams real vivid as well while you was going through that process? I'm pretty sure you was vivid dreaming, like meaning like
Vivid wasn't even, man. That vivid ain't even. It's something beyond vivid, bro.
I hear you.
Like it's almost like when you come back to this realm, you go, no, this reality is fabricated. Like none of this shit. Pretty much, it's easy to go crazy if you don't know how to humble yourself.
Mm.
Because you come back to this world and you like, yo, all these people sleep. The reality is wrong. Like everything is fucked up here. Like this shit is a real live trap. So
Mm-hmm.
it's easy to go crazy, bro. But you know,
Yeah.
with me having with me growing up the way I grew up with, and I had like a very disciplined type of father. You know, my father always tell me like when situations like that happen, you just gotta breathe and you have to understand. So I learned that breathing is real important, extremely important.
Exactly.
Um,
That's it. That's what
deep
you do.
breaths. Yeah, deep breaths is important. So every time I have like a thought where I feel like the thought could be extremely overwhelming, like I just take mad breaths, like super breaths, like and not like fast breaths. Like you could take just like slower breaths, just
Mm-hmm.
slow inhale, exhale, and you know it'll calm your whole like fucking GPU down. So yeah, like the dreams was mad vivid, but then I realized like dreams are not dreams, like dreams are real. They just other
Like,
realities.
My ace is bowling, I can't control it. Hella bright motor, still driving slowly. Yeah, Ratatouille done ran into a cobra. Yeah, my nigga smoker really smokes on. Rio, the great Bambino, money like a phone number.